What's up, my dudes? We're taking a look back at Mud. Surprisingly, actually made by Milestone. For some reason, I did not realize that at all. So, yeah, I apologize for that. I know I just came out with that video. You know, how good was MXGP1, the official video game? And in that video, I was like, oh, hey, this is Milestone's first game. This is not too bad for their first game and all this stuff. And I was actually wrong. So technically, this right here is Milestone's quote-unquote first dirt bike game, right? And then MXGP, the first game, was Milestone's first official dirt bike game, right? So that really confused me. I remember seeing this game way back in the day, and I actually even think I played it or rented it or something. I didn't actually have it, but I remember playing it back in the day. This game came out in 2012. Okay, so this was 8 years ago, right? And I remember playing this game, but I just didn't actually know that Milestone made this game. So that was the whole, that's why I got kind of confused by that. You would think that the first MXGP game was Milestone's first dirt bike game. You would just, you know, naturally kind of think that. But so basically what this is it's like the MXGP game, but just right before it actually got official, you know what I mean? So they're still kind of somewhat basing it around, you know, Monster Energy, you know, MX and Nations. You've got, you know, MX1, MX2. Like, it's still kind of the same kind of game in a way. It's just not official. Antonio Caroli, Cairoli, let me try to say that shit right, okay? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's, wow, and it's even got the tracks, too. This is crazy. So, this game is, like, got a really cartoony feel to it, got, like, a whole different kind of look to it. It's so funny going back to this game because I remember, let's see what these puppies do on Extreme. We ain't no wussy. So, look at this. Nice little tropical map. Nice little Castaway. Nice little, I don't know what's going on here, but it looks pretty sick. Jurassic Park 3. I don't know what we got going on here. Oh my god, this is crazy seeing this game. Do I get to, like, pick my bike settings? Holy shit, I'm already racing. Oh my god. Alright. Why can I not go? Hello? What? My controller apparently is, like, not connected. Okay, we got some weird stuff going on here. Hang on just a second, boys. Controller. Okay, I think I'm getting on the gas now. I see my wrist, flicking the wrist here a little bit. Go, Spencer, go. There you go, bro. There you go. Oh, my God. I don't know what I'm doing with the camera. Okay, so this game doesn't even have dual stick controls. Oh my god. When I turn my my right thumbstick, it literally looks over like I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. This is a one stick control game right here. Holy Toledo. Holy guac and chips Barneasy. Oh my god. This game is one stick control, but believe it or not, this is gonna, let me try to, yeah, the camera is really weird. What the fuck is going on with this camera? It's like, I don't know what the camera is doing. This game is playing really smooth, though. Like, really smooth. And the actual movement on the bike is not bad. Holy shit. Like, you can actually move in this game. What the fuck? It's almost like whenever they did go to the dual stick controls or whatever with the first MXGP game, it's like they lost a certain amount of movement. There's actually movement in this game. What the hell? Like, there's actually quite a bit of movement. There was no, like, actual bike settings that I could find in the game, so I don't know if I can, like, change the settings to more of a, like, a pro physics setting or whatever, but this has got a lot of movement. This has got more movement than half of the damn MXGP games. I shit you not, bro. I shit you not. yeah, this game definitely has like a super mobile motocross game type look to it and kind of sort of feel to it, but this is crazy though, because even though it is just kind of like single stick controls, it's even more movement than you had with the first and second MXGP games. I may not go as far as to say more movement than MXGP3, but for sure more movement than the first two MXGP games. How do I scrub? Let's see. Whoa, am I doing tricks here? Holy. Oh, yeah. I think it's the A button. There we go. A button to scrub. So this is kind of going off of more of the, the old school type. Oh, look at that, bro. This is going off of more of the old school controls, like unleash controls and shit, or where you got to like hold down the A button to throw a whip, right? It's kind of got that sort of a control scheme to it. Oh my God, bro. So Milestone's actual first game was even better. Their first dirt bike game, let me clarify. They've been making quite a few games for a while. Even way before this, they were making a lot of different street bike games and stuff like that. But for their first dirt bike game, dude, look at the scrubs. Holy shit. This is so crazy to me. So, yeah, I didn't even realize that Milestone had made this game. I knew about this game. I remember this game. I remember playing this game for a short amount of time way back in the day. But for whatever reason, I was just under the impression that that first MXGP game was Milestone's first game. I didn't even know that this game was actually made by Milestone. This is crazy. We're getting our asses handed to us here real quick. Let's go back to a different track here. That is a really cool track too, though. What the hell? This game has like bigger, more normal jumps. Something must have changed between Milestone going from like this game to actually going full-blown, official whatever the hell. Glen Helen! Holy Glen Helen, bro. Like, something happened. You see what I'm saying? Like, something happened between this mud game and them going, this game is like official without actually being official. It's weird. It's almost like, even though it's like they're still in MX and Nations, they're still official sponsors, they're still official riders, it's pretty much like an official game, but it's not actually titled, MXGP, whatever official motocross game, you know what I mean? But holy shit, this game actually feels better to me than like MXGP 1 or 2, or holy crap, this doesn't even make sense. You're actually jumping like pretty decently into the air? What the hell is going on? Is this supposed to be Glen Helen? Is this really supposed to be Glen Helen? When the hell did Glen Helen have a fucking train track, a roller coaster above it? I don't even know what that thing was. Oh my God. You could definitely tell this game was like made for an Xbox 360 for sure. Has that kind of look and feel and everything to it. Oh my God, dude. This is definitely not... So it's almost like they have official track names, but it's not actually what that track would really be like at all, off-track wise. You see what I'm saying? It's like some random off-track biome with like railroads, woodland, like logging area. This is nothing at all like Glen Helen. I don't know what... This is like a mammoth vibe type track, but it's called Glen Helen in the game. I'm really confused by this. Somebody tell me what the hell is going on here in the comments, because I'm just totally confused. I don't understand it. We got this like mud energy drink vibe over here to the bottom. Is that like a boost? Oh my God, I just hit it. Oh my God, get the fuck out of the way, dude. Oh, I just hit it, bro. Fucking literally had a NOS button in this game. Like, what is this game? So this is what you call like, this is like more down the fun factor vibes, not trying to be like super one-to-one scale or super realistic, right? This is way more down the fun fantasy kind of feeling to the game, but like, just like right off the bat, getting back into this game is more fun than like the first MXGP game. It's just more fun. It's just more fun, dog. I mean, people might meme on this game for all the little quirky things about it, but like when you're hitting a jump, you're actually jumping up in the air, unlike a ton of those other MXGP games where you literally don't even feel like you're coming off of the ground at all. It's got some cool off-track biomes. The animations of the rider doesn't look like he's got a stick stuck up his ass, and you can actually scrub the bike over somewhat, which you couldn't even hardly do that until you got to like the MXGP3, first Supercross game. You couldn't even hardly whip the bike over in those games. This game, you can actually scrub the bike over, like, pretty decently. Look at that. Like, yeah, you do have to hit a button. You feel like you're playing Unleashed or some shit, but still, this is crazy. This is so crazy to me. Oh, yeah, let's hit the NOS button again, dude. Fast and Furious, bro. Paul Walker, let's hit that NOS button. Dog. Oh, my God. So, wow. What happened, Milestone? Where did all your fun factor go? Like, holy shit. I get it. It's the old style of motocross gaming, like controls and everything. It's one stick control, having to hit a button to scrub it. You are literally hitting a button to play an animation to do a scrub. You are literally hitting a button to play an animation back in these days. But like, oh my God. For Milestone's technically first dirt bike game that was technically unofficial, this is amazing. This is great. Holy crap. Let's go to another track. Dog, what happened, Milestone? It's almost like something to do with the official, once they went full-blown official with the actual MXGP name, and they had to start, yeah, that was Glen Helen, which was nothing like actual Glen Helen. So there's something weird going here where they have like the real-life track names and potentially real-life track layouts, but when it comes to the off-track and the biome and everything, it's like nothing like what that real-life track would actually be like. So I'm really confused by that. I'm not sure what's going on here with that. So this was like Milestone's official, unofficial, I don't know how you even explain, I don't even know how you say, I don't even know what you call this game, but it's just called Mud. It's just called Mud, bro. Oh, this is crazy. Wow. This is so weird to me, going back and playing a Milestone game like this. It's almost like something has happened, like between them making this game and something they got like all too official or something. You know what I mean? Like if they would have kept going down these kind of track design roads, bigger jumps, actual like proper size jumps, a little more on the fun factor side, having this kind of left-right leaning movement on the bike. You got quite a bit of movement on the bike in this game. What the hell happened? How did it get so restrictive and so anti-whip and so like small track, small 1-to-1 scale, small jump track designs? How did that happen? What the hell? It's like something happened when they went to the actual official MXGP series. Something happened to where it just totally like jacked up their entire game design philosophies or something. It like made everything too official. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it killed their whole actually making a fun motocross game type side of things. This is crazy. This is insane. I would rather play this than MXGP1 for sure, right off the bat. I can already tell you that. And I would just about rather play this than MXGP2. I don't even know for sure yet. I'd have to play this a little more, but oh my God. Yeah, it's quirky. Yeah, it's like way old school type controls. I'm not saying any of that is like really amazing or whatever, but what I'm saying is when you directly compare the fun factor of this game, like right off the bat when you first get into the game, when you compare the fun factor of this to like MXGP1, MXGP2, this has some fun factor. This has some movement. Whenever I went back and realized this game was made by Milestone, I thought I was going to go back and play this and be like, oh my God, it would be like MXGP1, but just way worse in every way. And it's really not like that, bro. Yeah, it's kind of cartoony, it's kind of goofy, it's kind of weird looking, but like you can see the fun factor in it. You can see the movement and the scrub system. Yeah, you're hitting a button and playing an animation, but let's just keep it real. That's basically all you were doing all the way through MXGP 1, MXGP 2, MXGP 3, Supercross 1, Supercross 2. It kind of tried to change a little bit, but they ain't really got off of that hitting a button, playing an animation whip system until we got all the way to Supercross 3. Finally, it's not so like that. But, you know, back in these days, it literally was you are hitting a button and it is playing an animation. But they try to fool you into thinking you're not hitting a button and playing an animation with MXGP 1, 2, 3, Supercross 1. You know, they try to trick you into thinking you're not doing that, but that's all you're really doing in those games too. You're just turning a thumbstick the opposite directions versus actually hitting the A button, but it's the same fucking difference. You see what I'm saying? So this is crazy, though. There's actually like a feeling of speed. The tracks are not trying to be too one-to-one scale, boring, no jump, barely come off the ground. MXGP 1, 2, 3, barely come off the ground, no character to the track. There's actually like character to these tracks. There's actually like some roughness. What the hell? What happened, Milestone? I'm not saying you should have just continued to have done this exact same thing here with this mud game for the next 7 games, but what I am saying is how did it go so like more restrictive with the steering and so much more restrictive with the whips and so much more basic with the track designs and small jump one-to-one scale? It's like they were trying too hard to make an actual official, quote-unquote official, you know, motocross game, MXGP game, and they completely lost all of their actual fun factor and movement and character to the tracks and everything. What the actual hell? Like, if they would have kept going down this, if they would have, like, took what they done with the original mud game, but then just advanced everything and made everything look official, but they didn't actually change too much of the way you, like, how much movement you had and all that, MXGP 1 would have been way better than what it was. And MXGP 2 would have been way better. This is just so crazy to me. This doesn't even make sense. This actually doesn't even make sense. Like, Milestone's first dirt bike game feels like it has more movement than fucking MXGP 2019. Like, what is going on with that? Did they, like, change development people? Did they change? Something had to have happened. It don't even make sense. Or it's like whenever they actually full-blown officially went to MXGP and official Monster Energy Supercross game, it's almost like the actual official, like, FIM or whatever, you know, sanctioning body is telling Milestone how to make their games, how to design it. It can't be too fantasy. It can't be too, like, big jump. You got to make everything one-to-one scale to the bike or some bullshit. I don't know. It just makes no sense how they can start with something like this and go to the way it was in MXGP 1, 2. You see why I didn't even recognize that this was a Milestone game? You starting to understand that now? I didn't even realize this was made by Milestone because it doesn't even really feel like a Milestone game. What the hell? It feels completely different than that. This almost feels like you directly took, like, MX versus ATV Unleashed physics and made the graphics more cartoony and, like, more, you know, next gen. When I say next gen, I mean like Xbox 360 type vibe graphics, you know, kind of advanced the graphics a little bit, but that's literally what the bike feels like. It feels like MX versus ATV Unleashed, but just with a, like, a NOS button, energy drink NOS button, and, you know, kind of going down more of the, you know, European style, MXGP style tracks and riders and all that. But as far as the bike actually feels, it literally is almost exactly like MX versus ATV Unleashed or one of those more old school, you know, pre-reflex style motocross single stick control, hit a button, you know, to throw your whip type vibe controls to the game. It's crazy. What in the actual hell? Dude. So either way, this is Mud, Milestone's actual first first motocross game, not first official motocross game. I was under the impression that that's all Milestone did, was made official games, like, you know, official MXGP, official Supercross. I didn't even realize there was a time where they made a game that wasn't technically an official motocross game. But this, and it's funny because even though this isn't technically quote-unquote an official motocross game, it still basically is in a way, because you're still riding with the official MXGP riders. You're still on the official MXGP tracks, even though they might not have the right sort of biomes and off-track designs and stuff. You know, it might not be directly replicated tracks, but it's still all based around that. You know, you're still doing the MX and Nations. You're still doing all that in this game. So even though it's not technically an official MXGP game, it still is based around that. That's just so crazy to me. It's funny to see that. So yeah, either way, my opinions still stick with that MXGP 1 game, by the way, even though that wasn't technically Milestone's first game. This is even better. It's crazy. Like, what? I'm just so confused. I'm so confused. This doesn't make any sense. How can you have this much move? It's like they couldn't figure out how to do the dual stick control thing or something. There was definitely some growing pains when they went from the singular stick controls to dual stick controls, like more like how Reflex is, right? They just apparently could not get that really figured out or something. Now, I don't know if that hurt the physics when they went to the first MXGP game or what it was, but they didn't really start getting that figured out till they got to like MXGP 3, you know, Supercross 1. They didn't really get like the free steering type vibe figured out with the dual stick controls till they got all the way to those games. But they had that kind of free movement all the way back in this mud game, but it was just single stick controls, you know what I mean? Oh my God. I literally would rather play this game than MXGP 1, MXGP 2. I mean, seriously, this is crazy. That might seem shallow of me, or like, oh my God, why would you want to play that basic looking game? But it just comes down to there's more movement on the bike. There's more, you know, there's more like skill gap to it. There's more speed to it. It feels like you're actually doing something on the track and not just so basic, like one-to-one scale. That's one of the biggest things that has killed Milestone's games for so long, is just they've made such one-to-one scale, basic, no jump, small, everything, boring-ass track designs and boring-ass restrictive movement on the bike that it just made the whole game boring. Yeah, this game is wild. Yeah, this is damn near like a mobile game. Yeah, this is, you know, kind of way after its time, if you will, right? It's like a MX versus ATV Unleashed game that came out in 2012. You know, it's after its time in a way, but still, for Milestone's first dirt bike game, oh my God. Holy crap. This doesn't even make sense. But either way, wow, how good was Mud? This is really solid. Really, really solid. Like, what in the hell? My brain is just going through a spasm right now. It doesn't even understand what the hell is going on. This is just so crazy to me. This was like the precursor to the official MXGP games, but in reality, this game had so many better aspects to it, physics-wise, especially for its time, compared to the Milestone. Like, you know, you would have thought that Milestone would have at least been able to give you this much movement on the bike with MXGP 1, and at least allowed you to scrub this much on MXGP 1, but the truth of the matter is you really couldn't. You really couldn't move that much. The tracks really didn't have this big of jumps on the first MXGP game. I don't know, this is just so weird. But either way, wow. Wow. I don't know, it's just like more vibrant colors on the off tracks. Got a fucking NOS button. How can you hate on that? It's almost like they got too official or something. Like, I think if we would have went back to this time and Milestone never went down the actual official motocross gaming road, and they continued to advance this kind of a game over all these years, you would have had such a better game. They would have made the jumps bigger. They would have made the physics better, dual stick controls, but better. They wouldn't have tried to do such one-to-one scale. Oh my God. This is just crazy. This is interesting. This is funny. Wow, dude. This just doesn't even make sense. Literally. Some of you guys may know more info on this, if like Milestone, you know, got bought out back then by a different company, or I don't even know how that. Look at the jumps. Look at the jumps. Holy crap. I mean, and especially when you think about this game coming out back in 2012, this certainly wouldn't have been like a super terrible game back in those days. Yeah, it would have been a little corny compared to Reflex, but, you know, for sure. But it, you know, you look at this game now and it's like, oh yeah, it's just not that good of a game really in the grand scheme. But back in 2012, this would have been pretty solid. Like, not a terrible game. I just find it to be so funny how backwards they went with so many of their physics designs and stuff and track designs with their MXGP 1, 2, and 3 compared to this game. It's just crazy to me. But either way, that's take a little look back at the original Milestone dirt bike game, Mud. You can buy this game on Steam for like $10. This is crazy. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. If you guys want to get in my Discord, all you got to do is DM me on Instagram at Spencer Turley, no spaces and no capital letters, and I'll get you in there. So either way, see you boys on the next video.